Hello and welcome guys to Manor Lords. So I've been having a bit of fun with this game. It's quite enjoyable. And I was looking into what's the best for the economy. And as you will be able to see in a bit, I've tried quite a bit. I've tried, as you can see here, a couple of farms and a bit of tree farms. What I've realized is that carrots, it's basically the best that you can get. Trees are pretty good. It's more of a if you want more food types. But yeah, I've realized that the longer the farm is, the better it is. And something I've realized is that this is approximately the like best length I'd say for a farm. But something that I found out that is quite interesting is the fact that the longer farm does give me more carrots for whatever reason, which is quite interesting. Because as you can see, they plant only up to here, but it's always given me more than the other ones. And yeah, because I had nothing better to do, I decided to plant a lot of trees. And I have not tested it yet. I don't know if everything's grown up fully, but I do wonder how many apples I'm gonna get. I do know this. This was the first apple farm I made, basically spreading across the whole territory, full on true. What I know it is this usually has around like 200 apples on it, and that's the length of it. What I do want to see, and what I do wonder, is if the wider ones provide more apples or not. But the problem that I've had is also that right now I'm gathering a bit too fast, so I can't say 100% what the numbers are. However, I guess I'm gonna just wait and see. The fact is, I've basically just have one territory, and with this territory, I've been basically, as you can see here, where is it? A trading post. As you can see, I've been just at the start of the game, I was trading planks. Then I went into leather, and then from leather, I went full into like apples and carrots. And as you can see, I've amounted quite a bit of wealth and quite a bit of taxes. The fact is that going early into trees or into apples, I guess, lets you export quite fast. So as you can see, actually most of my money, even though like you need to remember, all of this, like all of this here came way later on. Like all of the other trees came way later on. This was the main one. This was the main trees that I had. It was just a long line. And that's what has made most of the money for most of the game actually. So while looking at trades, you do need to remember that most of the numbers here are actually from the old ones. And now I went into trying farming. And what I realized with farming is that farming is also very, very good. So what I've got set up is two farmhouses with basically 16 people-ish, around 16 people there. And it's been making like it hasn't been set up for a while, and it's made basically more than the apples. Like if you look at it, it's already made almost more than the apples. And to be honest though, for space, like if I really wanted money, I think I would have just went for a strategy of just doing this, to be honest. Just way more carrots. Like the apples, I just wanted to make them because they look awesome. Like when you go through here, if let's say we choose a spot like right here and we go down in first person, you can see how beautiful this is. Like straight up, I just love going through here and it looks amazing. It's just endless amounts of apples. I don't know, that's just something that I like. And I guess it kind of broke the game. Like not necessarily broke the game, but it's like if you set up this many apples, I basically have as much influence as I want. So I could just spread all over the map. And also something that I realized is that people are always scared about, oh no, bandits, bandits. to be honest, the bandits don't really do anything. Like, at the start, I always thought you have to fight bandits, and I had another save where I was constantly fighting the bandits. The only thing that they're good is to get more land, but you don't necessarily need more land. Like, the starter land that you get is basically way more than enough to keep you going through the game. And to be honest, what I realized is also just get a lot of farmhouses. If you get a lot of farmhouses and like 2 windmills at 100% and one communal oven, you're basically set. Like, to be honest, if you need money, that's enough. Like, low-key, if you were to make more and more land, that would 100% suffice. But let's go. Let's see. Let's forward a bit, and we'll see. Yeah, see, like 7 wait, like what? That's nothing. This produces like 100 and something. Anyways, we'll wait for the 20 days until stuff actually starts happening, until the carrots and everything starts going, and then I can show you that one, guys. All right, so now I'm back. So right now the field is going to be they should start and do it in not that long. All the people should go towards it. And I'm not sure, but I think the carrots are gonna start. Yes, there we go. So now it's getting started. So as you can see with 8 workers, this of course it is in 12x speed, but they are going very full. And also something that I realized, I do have like quite the normal settings. So my things are taking weather damage. But to be honest, it's not really that bad. Like, it's not as bad as you'd expect. Like, I haven't seen a crazy, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm producing too much, but I haven't really had an issue with transporting goods. And also what I realized is I don't have a pantry this way, so actually what I'll do is actually put a pantry here, because as I said, like, this have not been set up for that long. It's basically only been 3 years for the apples to grow, if that even. I'm pretty sure they're fully grown. So yeah, it's been 3 years. So I'm gonna get a granary going. I always set constructions on highest because usually people just wait around to construct stuff, and if you actually set it to highest, they just prioritize it for whatever reason. So I usually do that. And as you can see, they're going pretty good. They're going, and then they're gonna start grinding it down. You can see there's a lot of people, and they're all working or harvesting or transporting. There's nobody really standing around, even with 8 people, which is what you want to see. You never want to have people waiting around usually. And you can see they're going at this field, and they're very fast with it. So yeah, I mean, you do have to have a lot of people, and usually you don't have that much to spare. But if you just keep making residentials and you have enough food, it's actually pretty easy. And you can see every pantry is basically full, so they're taking weather damage. This one's yielding about 48 extra. This has 45 extra. This one is usually at, yeah, as I said, 150-ish. So that one's yielding a lot. 120. So yeah, what I've realized is the longer they are, it doesn't really matter how wide they are. They always produce more if they're just longer. I can see here, this is a pretty wide one. And it's only getting an extra of not that much, 18, right? So the longer ones, this one has 78, look at it. I mean, it is a bit wide, yes, but if you look at the plot itself, it's mostly long. Let's see this one. It has 68. This one, you'd say it's way bigger, right? But it's actually like low-key yielding more just because it's longer. Like if you look here, 96, we got the 100. It's a weird combination. It's a very weird combination. It's quite hard, but what I've seen, to be honest, I'd say if you have the space to go with longer plots, I'd go for longer plots. But the wide ones are working quite decently. But 80 is not that much, in my opinion. For how long this plot is and how wide and how much space it's taking, you could fit way more in here and make them just wider. They're done with that. Now you can see the storehouse. We got around 300 wheat. and it's gonna keep going to the windmills, and after it goes to the windmills, it's going to the communal oven, and we already have bread. As the bread is gonna get transported, it's making us a lot of money. If we look here at our exports, we can see that, of course, leather is one of the best ones, but actually apples, they're most of them are I don't know if they're getting eaten or what's happening, but they are making a lot of money. But bread is way more profitable. Like from 17 bread, we've already made more with one transport. Of course, the apples are going crazy, but it's quite interesting to see that bread is actually one of the most profitable ones. I do feel like it's a bit later game because it's harder to set up. So I would start with carrots, to be honest. I don't know if they're harvesting right now. Yeah, they are. But the thing is, I have a large pantry here set up with basically 6 people. So they are gathering everything very fast. And I also have set up for food some pigs and also some chickens. So we have eggs. So they're happy. They're basically always complaining. I don't know how you have to set it up, but I've always had them complaining either about clothes. That's why I've just set up some sheep, or they complain about food supply. Food supply is a problem because in winter you stop having berries, and right now it's basically going away. And berries are very important to keep them happy. Also, if you look at this, I don't know exactly how much, but you can see that carrots also have a pretty decent money income for the start, because it's like can't instantly go into trees. So at the start, I will start with basically, it's weird because I've heard some people make them as small as possible, but actually the most help I've had is if I made them longer. And you can't see the numbers anymore. Now it's only showing 6, but let's see this other one, for example, 41. It's weird because this one is closest to the pantry, but I'd say it's not worth it making this long because as you can see, it's not being used. But I definitely say that this is basically like the sweet spot, or if you can set up anything around this size, because you can see most of it is not getting used, but sometimes it is. It's complicated. But yeah, to be honest, I'd still say that trees are the most interesting one out of them all, and they do still make the most profit. I hope that keeps going. And also something that I've done is I've always imported leather because at the start you're not gonna have any clothing or not enough. So to keep them happy, I also imported clothing, which is quite expensive, but if you can get it, it's way worth it. And also, if you're wondering, do I have an army? Yes, I have made quite a big army. Because it's not that hard. Basically, once you start making money from trees and carrots, all you can do is just import crossbows and import everything else. Basically, it's for 700. But if you look basically at the last couple of trades we made, 35 apples for 105 coins, that's basically like what, 7 apples? And we basically got more than 7 apples set up here. Yeah, it's quite easy to make weapons, and you can just go and conquer if you want to do that. But I don't know, I've kind of seen that this is very enjoyable, just having one giant land of apples. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I'm definitely enjoying it. But yeah, what I can tell you is always to get a storehouse. Like the way I have set it up, this first one, so it works on its own. So you want the wood cutting, a granary, a large storehouse, a marketplace, and then some more people that can work on different stuff. And that's a easy way to set it up. But yeah, besides that, oh no, I've been enjoying the game, and I hope everybody else enjoys it. Right? Peace out.